So I have to say I enjoyed episode 2 a lot more than I enjoyed episode 1. I think it's because we finally see Bucky and Falcon coming together and the bromance, the chemistry is so good between them, and they're two characters that I have to admit I didn't really see them being a great team, but when you see them on screen together, you get it. Like, they're just really funny together. They play off each other well. And, one thing I really don't like about this show so far is how they're treating Bucky. He's the only Avenger that is made to make up for his past, and he's the only Avenger whose past isn't his fault. Like, he was literally getting programmed by Hydra to do what he did. It's not his fault. Am I the only one seeing this? So, one of the things that I really liked about this episode was the humor. The first episode didn't really have a lot of humor in it, but in this episode, we see Bucky and Falcon continuously arguing, and they remind me a lot of like that movie Grumpy Old Men. Like, they're not actually old men, but they act like old men. Well, Bucky, I guess, on the inside, he is an old man, so yeah. Anyway, they're just like buddy cops slash grumpy old men, and their witty banter throughout the show is hilarious. So they have this moment where they're talking about Falcon says we always end up fighting the big three, and Bucky's like, what is the big three? And he's like, aliens, androids, and wizards. And when you think about it, it is usually aliens, androids, or wizards. Like, that is usually what they end up fighting. And they talk about like Gandalf and Doctor Strange, and Bucky's like, yeah, I read The Hobbit when it first came out in like, what was it, 1937 or something. And it's just funny references like that that make you remember like Bucky really has been around for that long. So another moment that I thought was really funny was after the fight where Bucky and Falcon are trying to take down the Flag Smashers convoy, which, by the way, I thought was a really well done action sequence. I really enjoyed that with them fighting on top of the trucks as they were speeding down the freeway. But anyway, so after the fight, obviously John Walker, the new Captain America, and his sidekick is also there trying to defeat the Flag Smashers. And after the fight, him and Bucky and Falcon are all in the car together. They're giving them a lift, and so John Walker's friend introduces himself and he says, my name is Battlestar. And Bucky is like, nope, stop the car. I want to get out. And he's like, you can sort of see the mentality behind it. Like, for Bucky, I'm sure he never really wanted to be called the Winter Soldier. He never wanted the whole superhero persona. That just came with the package. But these guys, it's like they're so much into the persona behind it, getting the cool nickname and all that, and it seems a little bit more on the like PR side, not on the actual what they're doing to help humanity. Like, you know what I mean? It just seems like they're in it sort of for the wrong reasons. Well, like, obviously we don't know a lot about these characters yet, so I'm just speculating here. But the vibe that I get from John Walker, he just sort of rubs me the wrong way, and for some reason he reminds me of Joffrey from Game of Thrones. Like, not the way that he acts, the way that he looks physically reminds me of him. Am I the only one that sees this? Anyway, hopefully he doesn't start acting like Joffrey, because that would be very, very bad. But anyway, I do think he is going to go into the villain territory and be the bad guy. Or he could just be someone who has gotten himself in too deep, who didn't know what being Captain America would mean until he actually was in that role and, realized these shoes are too big for me to fill. But yeah, I don't think they're going to go that route. I think it's going to be he's going to turn into the bad guy, but we'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, there's this other really funny moment where Bucky and Falcon are in couples therapy. Yes, couples therapy. And it sort of reminded me of that movie Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and just they just wanted to kill each other the whole time, basically. It was hilarious. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying this episode. I can't wait to see more. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought of this episode, and please subscribe.